Hello and welcome. So today we are talking about a pretty grim topic. You probably already heard about it because it's a pretty major concern worldwide. Today we are discussing the coronavirus. More specifically, how our home country of Canada is putting a 14-day quarantine on citizens being evacuated from Wuhan, China. We will be talking about this issue by interviewing people for their opinions in a second. Considering how these families might feel about this, do you think it's an ethical decision?
Mostly yes.
Oh, okay. Can you elaborate on that, or?
Well, the families all should be safe too from their family members who might be infected, so it's better for the whole family if their family members are quarantined.
Okay, yeah. Thanks for your time.
No problem.
All right.
It's logical, but just as maybe putting it a little stretch.
Okay. I know this is an ethical issue, but is it worth risking the health and safety of the Canadian public, in your opinion?
Probably not, but maybe how long they're putting them in is maybe a little bit of a stretch of how long they should be actually putting them in.
Okay, yeah, thanks for your time. This is just?
Well, necessarily. I think it is really just because Canadians should be able to come home, but there should be more time for quarantine because, again, what we've seen is necessarily it takes 2 weeks generalized for the coronavirus to be cured because it's literally just a modified version of the flu. But what I think we should do is just keep them there for another week just to be sure because you can never be too safe, really.
Okay, so according to their families and themselves, they might consider this unethical. Did you have any thoughts on that, or?
Well, it's not really unethical because, again, it is for the safety of the nation. I think the Canadian government, which they are doing, is putting the safety of the Canadians before a small segregated group. Basically, it's that it's a majority over small, so we want to keep the population healthy as possible.
All right, yeah. Thanks for your time. Hi, would it be okay if I ask you a couple questions quick?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thanks. So you have heard about the coronavirus, right?
Absolutely.
So they basically sent a plane to Wuhan, China to retrieve citizens and put them on a 14-day quarantine. Do you feel this is fair?
I do feel this is kind of fair.
Oh, okay. But are you concerned that it might be an ethical issue, or?
It would be very unethical.
But you think that the safety of everyone else is more of a priority, right?
Yeah, the safety of everyone's more priority than anything else.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
So, from what I've heard about the coronavirus, and from hearing the opinions of these people, I can confidently conclude that this quarantine is indeed the right decision. While our hearts go out to those being quarantined and their families, and whether or not this is an ethical issue is a major concern, we can't forget the circumstances. If we don't quarantine these ones that we rescue from Wuhan, we are putting the health and safety of the Canadian public at a major risk. Therefore, I support this decision because I believe that the health and safety of the Canadian public is more of a priority at this point in time.